Hi everybody, welcome to the Quick and Carry Kitchen. I'm Kristen Madrine and you can see what we're having for lunch today here at Quick and Carry. We're having a picnic and that includes corn on the cob made in the Instant Pot. And there are so many ways to do this. I wanted to try a new way and I'll get to that in just a second. Today is a conversation with you, our viewers, both those of you who can join us live and those of you who join us later, which there's a lot of you. I want to know what your favorite way to make corn in the Instant Pot is. If you do a Google search of Instant Pot corn, there's a billion different ways to do it. There were a billion different opinions to do it before the Instant Pot. And do you soak your corn? Do you do it in the husk? Do you take it out? Do you put it in tin foil like I've done with one of these here? What is your favorite way to do it? One of the most popular internet recipes for the Instant Pot is from this old gal, and she puts milk and sugar and butter in the bottom of her Instant Pot, then puts the corn on the cob in and cooks it like that. I am sure that that is super delicious, but I was looking for something a little simpler than that. There was a video that went around Facebook in the last couple of weeks, obviously because it's corn season, and it was not an Instant Pot. It was actually on the stove, a pot where somebody put all the ears of corn like this up and down in the pot, cooked them, take them out, shucked them, and they were perfect and ready to go. And I thought, can that be done in the 6-quart Instant Pot? And the answer is actually not exactly. You can leave them in the shucks, but because of the size of the 6-quart, I wasn't able to conduct my experiment like I wanted to. I already have a couple people. Hi, Ruth Light. So glad you're here. Bill Kelso joining us from Arizona today. Hi, Bill. How are you? Hope everything is all good out there. Hi, Kathy Genevieve. How are you today? Kathy, how do you make your corn? I know. Come on, Kathy. I know you've made corn in your Instant Pot before. So what I did is, as you can see, I've got these big guys like this, and I am cutting them down, taking the end off. There we go. And cutting here, I kind of feel for where the end of the cob is, and I cut off there. And then I take off a couple of the loose husks here and get it just a little cleaned up and ready to go into the pot. And I thought if my ears were small enough, I could stand them up around the inside of the liner, put the water in, and then cook them. But I think if you had an 8-quart, you could probably do that perfectly, but we have a 6-quart here and it just didn't work. So I laid them down and I got 8 or 9 in for the first go around. And let me show you what they look like when they come out. I've cooled one so that I can handle it. 4 minutes and then quick release. Yep, that's what I do. Hi, Susan Elbers. How are you? Hi, Robin. How are you? Glad you joined us. So when they come out, they're obviously very hot. Like I said, I've let this one cool. And you literally can just peel all of the husks off. And all of the strings come with them. And it is super, super simple. Just like that, I have corn. And I'm using our awesome tongs to put them in and take them out because they are hot. I'm going to take another one out and let it cool just for a few seconds while we talk about this some more. I even shucked a couple in the old-fashioned way to just see, you know, is this really simpler? And it is. If you cook it in the shuck, then everything comes off in one fell swoop. It is cleaner, it is neater, and I think they're perfectly done. I ate some done like this last night, and I thought it was very nicely cooked. I put it on 5 minutes for the 8 or 9 that I've been getting in each time that I've tried this method. So you cut off the ends, making sure you leave the good parts in there. You put them in. I put 2 cups of water in the bottom. I did not put a trivet in the bottom of the pot. I just set all of them in there. I closed and locked my lid, set it for 5 minutes, and I think they are perfectly done. If you were only doing maybe 4 or 6, you could get away with 3 or 4 minutes. I don't like corn on the cob that's still a little crunchy and raw-ish feeling. I like mine a little on the done side, so that's why I went with the higher numbers. Your mileage will certainly vary. Oh, your sister Kathy is telling us that her sister's done it in the pressure cooker. I wonder how long she does it for. I think that that's really a personal opinion. And it's so nice because corn is easily available and not so expensive. And again, for all of you new people, eggs, potatoes, and corn are wonderful ways to learn about your Instant Pot because you cannot fail. You cannot mess it up. If they're not perfectly done, put them back in for a couple more minutes and then go on. That's how forgiving cooking in an Instant Pot is. Hi, Diane. I'm so glad to see you with us this morning, friend of the show. She uses 2 minutes or 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm so glad to know that I'm pretty much in the same neighborhood on all of this. I do think the ease of using the Instant Pot for cooking corn means that you can do the other things to get ready for your picnic while the corn is here and there's no boiling in your kitchen. Oh, my sister is tuning in. Good morning, Sarah. My sister is sitting on a pontoon at our family lake watching. Must be nice, sis. I'll see you later for a quick swim after work. So I want to talk about tongs. You know, if you've watched the show before, these are my faves, and I've chosen 3 of you from last week to be our winners of a pair of tongs. So I want us all to congratulate Jeannie Cox Height, Cami Dragon, and Clara Lonnie Carlson. You are our winners of some quick and carry tongs this week, and I'll get in touch with you after the show and we'll send you a pair of my favorite of our boxed set. I love our utensils. I use them all the time, but I probably use these every single day. They are great and they are perfect silicone and they're the great size for getting stuff in and out of my 6-quart. So congratulations to our winners from this week. You are Jeannie Height, Cami Dragon, and Clara Carlson from Oregon. So glad that you guys joined us last week, and I hope we'll see you again. Diane, 2 minutes for 2 to 3 ears. Diane, I think that's important to say again. If you're only cooking a couple of ears of corn, you only need 2 or 3 minutes. But if you fill the thing full, if you fill your IP full, 8 or 9, maybe even 10 ears of corn, you want to up that to 5 minutes so that they all get nice and done. And then this one is clearly, now I can touch it, and I'm just going to unwrap it. These husks remind me a little bit of making... What are those wonderful tamales? This is kind of like tamale corn husks once you're done. And there we go, perfectly clean, just a couple stragglers. I do think this is a wonderful way to make some corn, do it quickly. And I was saying before about not heating up the kitchen. For me, that's one of my favorite things about an Instant Pot is that you don't have to sweat while you're cooking and you can walk away. Usually with corn, as one of our commenters said, quick release, but you can walk away and leave it. The corn will just stay warm in there and it won't hurt it if you're out doing something else or getting the other food ready for your picnic. The corn can sit here. So, Cindy Redden, nice of you to join us today. Hi, Joanne Pope, glad you're with us. Darby, hey, how are you, Darby? And Lena, I see you're with us today. Hey, Dawn, how are you doing today? So glad you're all here. So, now that our corn is cooked, we here at the Quick and Carry Kitchen are going to have a little picnic today for our lunch, and we have a couple different ways that we like to eat corn around here. Obviously, the butter, salt, and pepper, traditional way. I have some Old Bay seasoning on the table because there are people who eat here who love to have a little spice on their corn on the cob. And then I don't have it out right now. It's in the refrigerator, but I have pesto, homemade pesto, and I like to have pesto served over my corn on the cob, and so it kind of melts a little as you rub it over the corn, and then maybe just a little bit more salt and pepper. What are your favorite ways to season yours? I have even heard of people doing a roll of their butter and then some cinnamon sugar, which I think would be very interesting. I've never tried it. Have you? Let me know. I want to know if you've ever tried that. Yeah, Ruth, keeping it warm. Remember, that's a really wonderful feature of the Instant Pot. Right now, I'm on 20 minutes of just sitting here warm, and even with the lid open, I know that when we take the rest of this corn out, it's still going to be plenty hot. And in fact, because of doing this with your hands, you do want to wait until it's all cooled off and not be right after you've opened the pressure cooker, but give yourself a couple of minutes. We don't want any burned hands. All right, any other things on this? Oh, Diane, pesto on corn is so worth doing. It is just absolutely delicious. She's going off to mow the yard. Such a wonderful August thing to do. Anybody else with something that they like? A little lemon pepper with butter, Susan said. Hey, now that is a delicious idea, a little lemon pepper. Also, Penzeys Spices makes a Florida pepper that has a little lemon and orange, I think, in it. Gosh, that stuff is delicious, and that would be really, really good on corn on the cob. So, again, let's review where we're at. You take the corn. I'm going to just show you one more time. I have one more left. I cut off right at the end where the top of the corn is, and then I take off all of the bottom, and it still turns out fine. Clean up just a little bit here so that you've got most of your loose leaves of the husks off. And then you can set these in the Instant Pot. If you've got normal sized corn, you can get 8 or 9 in. 2 cups of water, 5 minutes of pressure, quick release on the end so that you can open the pot, let it cool, bring it out, grab your tongs, bring one out. And in the video that made me, try this in the first place, she just was holding it with a hot pad, stuck one of those corn things, those things that Grandma always had in, and pulled it right out. I did not find that I was coordinated enough to do that, but maybe some of you are. Send me a picture or a video of you doing it, and I'll put it on our Facebook page. And here we go. The husks are so easy to remove, and you have perfectly done corn. It still is a little hot. So see, even while that's been open for this whole time I've been talking to you, it is hot. So you do want to be very careful. But look, all the strings come off so easy. It really is better to do it this way. You get a much cleaner cob, and it's really nicely done. So let us know what you like to do with your corn. Have you been successful doing it one way or the other? And comment down below so that you can win a prize next week. We go through our commenters, and you are the ones that are entered into our contests. So be sure to leave us a comment about what you like with your corn. And I really want to know if any of you have done the cinnamon sugar thing, because I'm very intrigued about what does that exactly taste like. Maybe we'll try that with some of the corn that we've made today. So the Quick and Carry folks are all going to have a little picnic here for lunch. We're glad that you joined us. Let us know if you have any questions. We love when you respond and give us ideas for our next shows. I do want to do one reminder on August 17th. That's 2 weeks from today. We are going to have our first guest chef. My friend Alexandra Smith will be joining me here in the kitchen, and we're going to do honey garlic chicken her way. So I'm super excited about that. Make sure you join us for that one, because that should really be a fun show. Thank you for being here with us today. And as Julia Child used to say, bon appetit.